What's up, guys? Welcome back to Crypto Weekly Review, home of the Wolf Pack. In this video, we're going to talk about realistic bottom calls for BTC. We're going to talk Solana, we're going to talk Phantom, and crypto volumes on decline. Let's not waste any more time. Let's jump straight into these charts.
You big all sus, yeah. I just doubled up on crypto. I just doubled down on the new vest. Now my check looking like 2 checks. Type of money made me want a 2-step. Who next? This week I be on the moon next. Stock going up like 2x. That's a fast flip like suplex. Two really stepping like a duplex. You bet never lose change, but I do flex.
Bitcoin on the daily chart. Remember in the last video, we were predicting that there would be another flush, and we did say that it was going to hit around 32K, 33K, right in this range. It did get front run at about 33,953, so I was only off by a couple of thousand on that last flush. Right now, Bitcoin is looking bad. Do I think that this is the bottom? No, I don't think this is the bottom. Typically, when Bitcoin bounces, it does not give you a chance to buy. There is so much crazy volume going on that you can't even get orders through. This doesn't look like it. I think it's going to chop around and frustrate people and then have another leg down. And on this channel, we don't catch falling knives. We wait for confirmation. And even then, we could be faked out. But look at all these times we were not faked out by using this strategy. And Bitcoin can build long, annoying patterns that last 6 months long before an eventual break to the downside. We saw that in 2018 with that big descending triangle. It could still do that. Right now, markets are cooling off all over the world. The S&P, the NASDAQ, everything's cooling off right now as the Fed tapers their asset purchases. There really was no fireworks at the House Bitcoin mining hearing, but pending climate bills could home in on crypto. This is a complete BS article, a dog and pony show. Lawmakers were complaining that Bitcoin should move to proof of stake. They are completely clueless. They have no idea what they're talking about. They even go in here and say that the clampdown on crypto mining in China was due to energy consumption. Come on, guys. China does not give a crap about the environment or energy consumption. That was complete and utter control. And here in the United States, they want to do the same thing. They want to be able to control you and keep you down in the guise of environmentalism. It's their new scam. First it was the COOF. Now it's going to be environmental lockdowns, environmental controls. Basically, this is a complete tyrannical system. The OG Wolfpack, no, I'm not a big fan of Michael Saylor. I think that he could dump the market hard if he becomes insolvent. And here are the numbers. He had $500 million in revenue. He sold 900 million shares and borrowed $2.1 billion to purchase $3.2 billion of Bitcoin. And it's going south. It's also going south for Bukele, the president of El Salvador, but he did just buy another 410 Bitcoin, which will bring his average down because I think right now it's at 52K. They are absolutely wrecked. Cardano looking like it's trying to do a little bit of a bounce. Sunday swap came out and people have pending transactions for 3 months. It was a complete debacle. I told you guys I don't like ADA. I'm too emotionally scarred to invest in it, and I would recommend against it. It's a complete and utter disaster. Speaking of disasters, the Solana network is totally congested and unusable in any way right now. When people try to send coins out of the wallet, it gives you a 404 error, LMAO. Look, guys, I always said stay away from Solana, stay away from Cardano. Look, Solana has a lot of big backing. We got Alameda Capital, we got Sam from FTX backing it. We have huge Twitter shills, but the blockchain itself doesn't work. It's got big corporate backers, it's got big VCs, and it will pump, but it just doesn't work. So it can barely handle the throughput now. So what happens is when there's a big dump and everybody's trying to dump at the same time, it just crashes. Hex on the daily chart. Hex is not dumping as bad as everything else. Pulse Swap still has some hype, and Ethereum is cratering just like Bitcoin. Now Phantom, there's a lot of interesting stuff going on Phantom. There's a huge project. I've been telling you guys about it. It's VE33. It's an emissions project. Check out my previous videos. I'm super bullish about this. Project rollout is super weird. They're going to make it an NFT and distribute it to the top 38 projects, which caused some liquidity wars on Phantom. A little drama, a little action. We had VE DAO come out a bunch of TVL for the snapshot, but then we had a vampire attack by 0x DAO that took a lot of its liquidity, and that was backed by Alameda Capital. And I know those guys farmed a lot, but it looks like they have been dumping. Now, the way the NFT is going to work, it's going to go to the top 38 projects on Spooky Swap, and it's going to be up to them to figure out how to distribute it. Everybody right now is talking about that you'll have to stake your tokens to earn or farm it, but it's definitely worth it. This is a huge project. Phantom is having a lot of money coming into it because of Andre Kranya. Don't sleep on Phantom. Check it out. Stay up on it. Bear market or not, there's going to be pumps and there's going to be opportunities. And when this thing turns around, you definitely want to be in Phantom and familiar with Phantom to get in and out of there. The best way to do is AnySwap. AnySwap is another token that I'm super bullish on and bought right here because you can do cross-chain swaps. It could be a Uniswap killer. A good price to buy it at would be at about $11. Low volumes across crypto spot markets and derivatives indicate bearish conditions. From November, it was 1.4 trillion in 2021 to this month's 593 billion. That's like 1/3 less in volumes, and futures have also fallen as well. And this is how it works. Typically, when we get close to a bottom, it's going to be super low interest. Everyone's going to look away, low volume, low liquidity. So it's easier to push this market up or down. But when these markets bottom and nobody is looking, that's when they buy these whales. They'll pump it and try to get you to buy the top of the candle. That's a true dead cat bounce. We really haven't had that move. This is free fall. This is absolute free fall right here. We can confirm the daily downtrend. And man, we are due for a bounce. Where will this bounce be? Let's take a look at the weekly chart. Bitcoin on the weekly chart, you can see we've had support right here on this yellow line in January 7th, 2019. Had a nice little rally, then came back, tested it again in March 2020. This was the COVID dip. So yeah, this was the pure panic and fear dip. That is twice, folks. So now, will it happen again? Right now it's at 25K. Now remember, it doesn't mean that we're going to flush straight down to 25K. This line is moving upwards, so it could definitely be around 28 by the time that we actually flush down there. I think that this right here is complete free fall, and I think we're going to get a bounce eventually, but come down and revisit this and this. Now, there's no certainties, there are only probabilities, but you can see the trend, guys. The trend is your friend until the end of the trend. Could 25 be a bottom? I think so. I can't imagine it going any lower than 20, anything lower than 32. The institutions are underwater. So let's see what happens, especially with these macro factors like the Fed and the tapering and inflation. This has all effects on it. But right here, I'm going to trust this yellow line. I'm going to trust this yellow line for now, tentatively speaking. The good news is it's not building some crazy huge chart pattern that's going to play out for a year and a half. We are dumping, so we're going to be to the bottom faster so we can get to the top fast. So there you have it, guys. Put 250K because my yellow line. But my yellow line, though, I put $500,000 on it. Last story, the value locked in DeFi slides 21% in 2 weeks. That's 200 billion in TVL. That's still 10 times larger than this time last year. I think that even if this is going to be a bear market, let's face it, it probably is, there's still going to be action in DeFi. That's where all the OGs, that's where all the traders, that's where people are going to hang out. That's where the action is. That's where the innovation is. And that's what we're following. Right now, the action is on Phantom. I'm not financially advising you to go on there, but you probably should check it out. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. If you made it this far, join the Wolf Pack, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.